Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Tainted Grail. I believe in this episode I have a couple of things to do. I was facing this way, so let's go look in my stash. I'm sure I had something to do there. Be it removing or adding items. I have a second old steel mace now, that's nice. That's very nice. Now... Ooh. I also know that I'm supposed to be looking for a ragged nobleman's doublet, and I know where one is. I should go track that down. But I also came back here with something else to do. Why is my pack so heavy? 30 copper throwing knives has probably got something to do with it. But what else can I offload? Ah! All these. I see. And we don't need a second pair of these now, do we? Excellent. Let us head down. Wait, time? I don't believe we have time to head down to the village. Let's do this first. So, I want to go back to the bridge that is the beginning of the King's Road. And more specifically, under it.
Always good to have a little rest.
This might involve some violence, and if so, that's probably not a major problem. Out the gate and away we go! Hurrah! Let's get a move on as we hoof it through the wildlands around the... It's not really the wildlands because they're right up by the keep. Further out would be the wildlands. Like under the King's Road. I mean, it's more of a desolate area. Have we cleared this relatively recently? Not that I'm looking to do so, but wanting to check the likelihood of being disturbed during our endeavour. You know what, actually, I think I've got a bit of a plan coming together for this episode now. Oh yes. Right. Well, this isn't clear.
Show
Let's
yourself.
do it. And again,
You fight
please.
like a milkmaid.
Excellent. This means the knight is probably there.
We're being watched.
Whoop. Got him. You were being watched indeed, but not for very long, I assure you. There may be wolves. I do not see the wolves. Perhaps we have taken care of the knight recently. I do believe we did in the last episode. Very well then. Did I? No, I did not. Okay, so be it. Really? Come on. Yeah, that did it. Oh, you coming as well, mate? Okay, they're coming in.
This is my lucky day.
Got him.
Oh, you pay for that.
How did that miss us? There we go. And we're going to be overburdened pretty soon. Now our goal is not to slay everyone here, despite that little display. Actually, what we are doing is popping down underneath the bridge, and the weight of the burdens we bear is the reason why I intended to not go down to the village. We might not even have time to make it back safely to the keep itself before nightfall. Now, venison, lots of meat, ragged nobleman's doublet, there we go. There have been people suggesting all manner of far-flung locations, but to my mind, this is the easiest. A lot of people saying they found it way up here somewhere, and in some of the dungeons. It's right here on the bridge. You know, nice and simple. And from this point, we can hop down onto that bit of broken wall down to there, or just walk our way back up, depending on if we think we have time to make it to her ladyship's before nightfall. If we do, we will be heavily overburdened afterwards. It might be wise to just go there tomorrow, you know? Leave it till tomorrow. Perhaps Osbert will have some more leather for us. It would also be nice to try and hit level 20, get a point of endurance or strength. The Perilous Orb increases critical chance by 7. That might be worth more than 1 point of armor at the moment. We shall wait and see. For now, let's just get out of here. Actually, if we go through the middle of the village here, there might be another 1 or 2 peasants we can take down along the way. For the experience, of course. Yeah, but if we can fight them at night, we'll get cobwebs and maybe a few unidentified items, so let's hold off. And then maybe explore along that path the next day. Now, I've trod that path off camera during early access, but I have not fully explored it. There is a cavern and a person on that path, neither of which I have interacted with yet. I do not particularly desire to interact with the person on that path, for reasons which should become readily apparent when we meet them. For now, though, things are going very well. Yeah, there are still nasty buggers in this area. Well, they can wait till after dark. Then again, I don't have to defeat them with every single pass. I have more important things to be doing. Currently, the merchants in the keep are the main reason I continue to gravitate back towards this area. If we are able to find traders at other locations, we might also go trade with them on a regular basis. Or semi-regular. I am aware of 2 other traders in this area. Well, 3 actually. Yes, there's the strange fairy creature with horns and possibly hooves down on the island by the shoreline. And we've now found 2 portals or doorways that seem to be blocked and activated or opened with a large button on a podium that seems to bear the emblem of Excalibur. And you know what? We could just go interact with it. We don't necessarily need to wait to do so. although that would probably antagonize everyone in the castle. However, I do know we can interact with it safely at least once, and maybe even get experience points for doing so, so it might be worth it. And we should probably do so while we are still level 19, as level 20 seems to be some kind of special milestone. There's even an achievement for it. And as we trudge back towards the keep, I've got to say, this is a very compelling game. I enjoy playing it quite a lot and find myself frequently desiring to play it at times when I am unable to record. So I muck about a bit, don't save, just, play on the autosaves only, don't advance the story, don't advance any quests I'm not familiar with. I'm going to have to stop doing that at some point, because soon I will have run out of familiar material. One moment. No, it's all good. Washing machine turning over sounded like the door in the front room opening. Okay. Hello, my lady. Allow me to sell you some things. Nope. Oh, come on. There we go. Right. You could have... You didn't even put them in the order I sold them. Right. So, at some point, when this becomes more of a blind playthrough, I will not sell this by mistake. I'm going to need some kind of displacement game to enjoy. To keep me from this one. I'm not sure how successful that will be, but it will be a game that I don't record. I will hold on to these seashells and not sell them because she sells seashells on the seashore. I'm holding on to these for a blatantly obvious reason that will become apparent later on. Okay. I've just defeated brigands.
Please, state your business.
And you can reward me for that.
Did they resist? Oh, I hope they did.
Oh, they did. Definitely.
Do you keep bandits' fingers as trophies? I would.
Now, let's go craft some items. Because we are still working on the full knight's set. So we need to be making the breastplate, which will take rather a lot of work, and we probably don't have all the ingredients yet. We've bought all the leather already, I see. Fair enough. Oh, this is not good. Okay. Well, that's not great. Let's make something else instead. You know what? Let's knock out a few of these. Then what can we do? Oh, I should hold on to those, actually. Yeah. Oh. Get that crafting experience in. You know what? Maybe we should just use a lot of leather. Make many, many gloves to hone our craft. Should also do that for a similar reason. Right. Yeah, why not? That's why not. Terrible. Terrible. Okay. We should be able to buy more tomorrow, so that's all fine. Let's just work up our skill so that because we can always buy some iron, right? let's work up our skill so that we will be able to make a better breastplate in the future. We should really start working on more iron arrows and start transferring over from copper to iron. Also, we don't need all those, not that it'll make the biggest difference. And now I suppose we should stop faffing about and go down to the beach at the village. And why not? Now, in theory, I can make a lower grade knight's breastplate and upgrade it as long as it's not weak or inferior or some sort of nasty descriptor that makes it sound rubbish, you know. As long as it's at least plus nothing instead of the bad one. Then I can utilize the meteoric ore that respawns and the large amount of whetstones that I have. Yes, sharpen the armor. That will really make it feel safe on the inside. Are we going to get down there in time? Oh, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Ooh. Have they gone to bed already? They have gone to bed already. Or rather, the one I need to speak to has. Well, then we might as well trudge our way back out of here. Lady, I'll try and help you. It will not be easy. You may need to wait a little while longer. While I'm here, however, I think I could cut some wood and then put some of that copper and wood to good work. Oh, but it's going to be free, so I'm going to spend like 2 to make an axe and then 1 to make more bloody arrows. The arrows are good experience, but it means I always end up with more copper arrows that I'm not going to run out anytime soon. Well, we should go off to bed and dream of Lady Alyssa's face when we hand her a ragged piece of tap tomorrow. And we can say, I saw this and I thought of you. Interestingly, the wood diminishes in size as it sinks below the surface of the ground. It just shrinks at a rate too swift to be merely perspective. There's the sword right there. Perhaps we should go and commune with it, see if we can feel its aura, sense the fragment of soul within it. I should probably save before I do that. But I will not, because I'll let you see this.
This feeling, it was so strong, so real. I remember now, the weight of it, the power. This blade was never just steel. It was a part of me.
So, Excalibur holds a piece of your soul?
Yes, The sensation is unmistakable, but it carries more than my soul. It carries a part of my legacy.
Why can't I draw the sword? Because I'm not King of England.
A sword like that, it doesn't yield easily. It demands strength of body and of will. You'll need to grow stronger before it will choose you.
Okay. Well, I will not attempt that anytime soon. And we have memories. Let's go set a bonfire. We also have items to identify. So if we go outside and face a few more foes, because we don't get to see Arthur at the bonfires here, do we? Although I believe we get to speak. Let's give him room over there, because he normally comes from that side. Yeah, see? It seems to only be the bonfires we lay ourselves that allow him to appear to us. We peer into the flames and see his form reflected back at us. And actually, if we do work our way towards Lady Alyssa's, we can make a bonfire. Now, having recently, we fought our way back through the drowned village, did we not? Which means that in theory, it should be safe to travel that way the following day. And we do have plenty of these. Speak, my liege. Oh, look at the blue giant standing there in the background. Tell me about Excalibur.
It's more than a sword. It's a promise. A blade that stands for unity, for strength, and for hope. It wasn't just mine. It belonged to Avalon. Every swing, every battle was fought for the land and its people. But Excalibur is also a burden. It demands more than just skill. It demands purpose. Without that, then it is just steel.
So interestingly, I've recently heard claims that the sword in the stone is the sword that must be created within a stone mold. Early bronze swords were cast in stone molds, and so, you know, he who can draw the sword from the stone would be he who can realize the hollow space inside the stone is the shape of a sword, and learn how to melt metal and pour it into the mold, and then draw forth the sword and give it to his soldiers. He then shall rule. Let's identify the crummy items we have discovered. Okay, we're going to be overburdened soon, aren't we? Alright. I mean, they're decent quality items, allegedly. Okay. Let's nap. And now we have a journey to make. Along the beach. Please be... Nope, okay. Not as safe as I had hoped. Although, it seems it is just he who has returned. I bet there's more in here. Not these, but beyond the forge, perhaps. So far, so good. I believe we are clear to proceed. My lady, I come bearing a tawdry gift. It has seen better days, but perhaps you can create something marvelous from it. Encouraging her to pursue her hobby of dressmaking might help her to work her way through her current negative feelings about herself. In all fairness, negative feelings which are reasonably deserved. I mean, she drove her husband away. That's how horrible this woman was. Now, let's be fair. He was a greedy, materialistic sod who didn't necessarily deserve. I'm not going to say didn't deserve her, but he didn't deserve to marry a rich woman and take all her money. Interesting, the family never let them really meet much before the wedding, probably so she wouldn't scare him off. Okay, here we go. Oh, and we are in her home. Let's remove our helmet once more. Shake out our hair a bit. And go over and introduce ourselves once again. Greetings, Lady Alyssa. I found these garments you might find a use for.
Let me see. Not
Oh.
entirely dreadful. The fabric is almost decent, although the cut is terribly outdated. Whoever wore this must have been near destitute, or just stole it off someone else's corpse, I suppose. Regardless, it presents a fascinating challenge. Thank you for this. Here, a token for your troubles.
Oh, no need. I'm doing this to help you.
Oh, you. That's terribly kind of you, truly. But I simply cannot accept it. You are, after all, most likely risking your life to get these for me. Or, well, if not your life, then at least your health and personal hygiene, I suppose. So, regardless of your feelings on the matter, I insist on compensating you adequately. But still, thank you.
My lady, not all interactions have to be transactional. Let's speak about Duncan.
Duncan? What of him? He left me, as you so aptly noted. I should have known not to expect anything better from a merchant. I still can't fathom how he could do this to me. Our marriage was perfect.
Well, clearly it wasn't that perfect. Especially for him, he wanted love. Or I could ask, have you ever thought you might put too much focus on status? She would probably react very negatively to that. I don't think she's reached the right level of self-introspection to even consider that sort of possibility. Plus, she's wildly egotistical. So, no, it clearly wasn't perfect for him. He wanted love.
Love? How childish. And to think I took him for a grown man. If he desired love, he should have taken a lover. That's the customary practice in Camelot.
How very
Even my
French.
parents maintained lovers, and were all the happier for it.
No, that's just... It seems the two of you seem to have very different ideas of what might make a happy marriage.
He was the one who sought an alliance with my family. He willingly took on my surname. He should have been well aware of the implications. Besides, he never once voiced his discontent. Perhaps if he had, I might have been able to devise a solution.
Never
Possibly.
once. I literally heard him right in front of you. Do you believe you truly could have loved him?
I don't know. I've never been in love. I scarcely understand what it involves. I know courtly love. It's just a lot of sighing and longing from afar. Romantic, perhaps, but utterly impractical within the confines of marriage. You live under the same roof, for crying out loud.
Courtly love is what you do before you get married. Has nobody ever truly touched your heart? Or, you know, there are other forms of love beyond the courtly, or, as it seems in your case, none at all. Has nobody ever truly touched your heart?
I did have my youthful indiscretions, of course, as I suppose everyone does. But I was well aware they couldn't lead to anything more serious.
Not quite
I've
everyone.
always known I would marry a man chosen for me by my parents. I lacked any real choice in the matter, so I resolved to make the best of my circumstances. At least, that's what I believed.
Very well.
Very well, off you go then.
We have a quest update. Now she wants frayed silk gloves. Well, we've got about 3 pairs back at the keep. And I don't think we should be in a particular hurry to get them for her. There are so many other fun things we could do. If only... If we can increase our endurance, we can either wear the helmet or the cloak. I kind of want to go for the helmet to increase stamina synergy. Okay, time-wise, mid-morning. Mid to late-ish morning. Let's get a move on then. So I do have that path all the way over there to explore, but I'm right over here now, so let's just enjoy this area instead. We can go back to the place where Kate's gang was, because Senan the Giant is not far past that point. Also, yeah, the soldiers are back there. That can be fun for another time. For now, we'll just pelt our way through the rain, foot falling after foot in the muddy path. Look at all this silt. That's got to get muddy, right? And also dig up some of this while we're at it. Nope, it's not ready yet. Fair enough. Let's get our hammer out. And the skeleton is back. Excellent. We can probably also go and fight some more redcaps. Yes, come face me. I appreciate the weapons practice. What is this? It's just a weird trick of the light and wetness effects on that plant. How bizarre. Definitely the redcaps are back. Do I need to fight them now? I'm not sure that I do. Oosh. I don't see the other one yet. So let's carry on without him. It's all good practice and experience. Ooh. And now that the shops have less supplies, I should harvest more herbs. Here we are. A place where we defeated Baldcape's gang. And by heaven, they deserved it for the atrocities they had committed. The ones outside, some of them do seem to respawn. So that'll be something nice to enjoy. Now, I see you up here. No, I saw the horse and thought it was the man who'd been crouching beside the horse earlier. Right then. Let's go get some practice in.
I'll face every threat. Show me what you are made of. You're no match for our band. Strength of 100 men.
About that.
Your gold belongs to us. My arm.
He's got a wicked spin on that back sweep there.
What a whim.
Right, now, if you'll allow me.
Show me what you are made of.
There we go. Excellent stuff. We are now overburdened. Okay, you know what? Practice our healing magic a little. Why not? And that almost looked like a buried chest would be there, but on the surface of the bridge, that would be daft, would it not? How much are we over? 15. Okay. Enough to be very awkward. Right. And there aren't really... We can't put things back in containers like dead bodies. Let's go and live dangerously. And I do mean rather dangerously. And in fact, given how the heat of the moment is likely to be rather intense, let's just pop those in there. Excellent. Let's ready our bow. There are men down here. Evil men. Let's start with this one. Well, he's still alive. Was. And that would have to be the giant. Let's see if we... can get him. Right. Let's go for a bleed effect. Ow.
Your road ends here.
I like the fact that he sometimes swings over our head.
I'm not beat
Oh.
yet.
Oh, ow.
You made a big mistake. You're in for a world of hurt.
Oh God.
This is
Got him. Right, you evil fucker. Now there's just your mate to deal with. And he's nowhere near as tough as you.
Your road ends here.
Because we got our shield in now. It's fully operational.
Here's a
Took a bit of a while.
Your road ends here.
There. Fucking flowers, right, there we go. Right. Foul thugs valiantly defeated. Now, Senan the Giant had an item on his person of interest. Now, first off, he has the Giant's Sword, which isn't massive on the damage front on its own, but requires a lot of strength. Restores 60 stamina when delivering a killing blow, and 40 stamina to swing. And our two-handed weapon skill is pretty low, so more importantly, he had this. My name is Senan. I am 7 years old. Hurt my family and me mad. I promise I will get revenge on you. Who think I small, but I not. Mama say small candle burn darkness. I'll be small candle. I'll burn darkness. Who do to family. Papa teach me brav and smirt. I learn and grow big. When I big, I find her and make her pay. Her no hurt family anymore. You see, I no forgive her. Terrible writing, but from a 7-year-old. And he's kept it all that time. It's almost as if something really terrible happened to turn him into this vengeful, homicidal maniac. Let's go dig up this box while we're here. At this point, it's worth noting we are awfully close to the ogre. Are we still looking for that ogre? I think we might be. Yes, we are. We also probably... Well, we should definitely lighten our load before going for the ogre, because if it's anything like the one on the beach, it's going to be rough. I don't know why he killed these people. Maybe he's waited all these years to come back and defeat them now. Or if this was just the latest of his murder sprees. He clearly was not operating alone, however. Okay, let's get this one open. No. There we go. A hunting jacket. Ugh. Let's see, that is... Reduces the stamina cost of bows by 15%. Very nice. We should switch to the small healing potion. Actually, now that we've defeated him, we can switch back to really small healing potions. Because once we've used them, we can stop making them. And before we go, there's a chest buried around the side here. Let's dig that up too. Nice. And I'm not sure if I opened that metal chest by the well. This building does contain an alchemy station. I did. Okay. So let's see what we can make while we are still here. Okay. We are transitioning away from the small potions. Let's make one large one while we're at it. Could make another archery potion. We don't particularly need it. Oh, you know what? For healing, that's actually for healing practice. That's probably a really. We got loads of resources. If we get very badly hurt, hold on to these. I think we might need them. Should have done this first. Okay. Well, we made ourselves a nice combination of potions. I suggest we head back to the keep, where we can find some spare gloves. There is someone we could meet along the way, but it might not be wise. Ah well, let's just... I'm thinking if it goes dark and an NPC turns hostile, there is a man who resides beneath the bridge next to a dead horse. And he has a name, and I haven't spoke with him yet. The most sensible and sane thing to do now would be to rest till morning, then go down there, to ensure he doesn't turn mad and attack me during the night. Yes, that would be very sensible, wouldn't it? But I've still got so much daylight to use. But it almost doesn't seem like a good idea. No, realistically, 2 or 3 minutes. It'll be the middle of the night. I should probably rest before I go down there. Can I rest here? I can. Intriguing. And I can keep the fire out in front of me like this as I move towards my intended. Oh, not here though. No, objects that's fine. Nah, ha ha ha. Yes, yeah, it's all fine. Uneven terrain. We'll change that, don't worry. There we go. Let's rest overnight. Oh, right, yeah. There we go. Let's rest safe. Hello? Who are you? Are you a keeper? Not a keeper. Some kind of thief. Let's just leave him there. Do a quick recording check before continuing, just to make sure all's going well, and it certainly seems to be the case. It might be very reasonable to go see what this fellow wants, what he's doing here. There he is. If it becomes a little convoluted and drawn out, I may have to leave him and return at a later point. Let's just be really inconsiderate and mine this metal first. This is probably our introduction to horses. I believe during early access he was dead and the horse was alive and it had a name. A Polish name with non-English characters. Right. He's got a saddle here and everything.
Heavens above! What have you done? You shouldn't be here. Definitely should not. There's no escape from this place.
Why? What are you doing?
Just look at me. I'm stuck here for good.
And what's going on with that candle? You say you're stuck? Can't you just get up and leave at any time?
Get up and leave? What a joke. Oh, no, no. It's not that simple. And if you value your life, you'll stay here too. My curse is contagious.
What's going on with that lantern behind him? Wait, what kind of curse?
Just look at this boulder. This one here. It tried to kill me. And it wasn't an accident, oh no. And you, I guess, were just curious what you could find under this famous road? Dear me. You found a whole load of bad luck. And a curse to boot. But, well, if we're to die together, I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Barak, a knight. Or perhaps a would-be knight. I don't know anymore.
I don't know, you got some pretty good armor. If you don't leave, you'll die here anyway. There are evil men up above. They may have dropped a boulder on you. So, we can't come out from under the bridge because something bad might happen.
You just try leaving, and you'll see. This stone block broke off the King's Road when I was sleeping. If it had fallen a few inches closer, I'd have ended up a bloody stain.
Well then maybe you shouldn't stay here in case another one falls. But if you're so afraid, maybe you should really stay here. You know what? Knights are not afraid. Knights are very courageous. They're not foolhardy. Maybe it just happened to fall.
There is no such thing as a coincidence. The gods aren't lazy. And the one who cursed me gets along with the gods pretty well.
Oh? Wait, are we talking like Freston the Enchanter here? Is he Don Quixote? Looks a bit young. Where did this curse come from? Who laid it upon you?
I didn't bring it upon myself. It was that damn priest clad in red. With just one look, he brought misfortune upon me. And then I brought it to Lemray.
Is Lemray your horse?
Oh, my dearest Lemray. We had a wonderful time together. I've never had a better steed. She carried the weight of the world. Me, that is. Then one day she just died. A rather rude goodbye, considering how long we'd known each other.
How long had you known each other? Horses don't live as long as people, you know. How does this curse manifest?
Well, it's obvious, don't you see? This stone block almost killed me. Lemray died before that. I was also attacked by bandits on the road and almost spotted by a band at Del Rita. Before that, somebody stole all of my money. And my helmet, of all things.
Oh, do you need a helmet? Well, you survived all of that. Perhaps you're really lucky after all.
Nonsense. You'll see. Soon something will bite me and I'll die. Or another boulder will fall and crush me to death.
Well, maybe there's some way I could help you.
I would like to leave this place, that's true. I'd like to find someone to reverse the curse, but I can't go myself. Do you really want to help me?
Well, I could ask around, but I still don't think you'd... No, it won't be a problem. I'll return with an answer. I'm not sure who. I'll go and see... Maybe another red priest.
I'm not going anywhere. But I look forward to your return.
Now, age of excuse. Barak is... Okay, we got chanterelle, onion, potato. We can't interact with the lantern itself. Maybe we could craft a new helmet for him. Would he feel good then? I met Barak, a paranoid knight, convinced he's cursed by the gaze of a red priest. He's hiding under a bridge, believing it's the only safe place from his curse if it brings him endless bad luck. But the bridge attacked him, so he wasn't safe under a bridge. He's desperate for help to break free, but even suggesting he move on could trigger his fears. If I want to help him, I'll need to find a way to cure his curse, or help him come to terms with it. Maybe dressed... Oh, the druid down by the beach. Yeah. Okay, we could go see him at some point. After we've gone to the castle and offloaded these items. And picked up some frayed silk gloves for her ladyship. And there! I've never spoken to Barach before. New content. New to me, that is. It's new to all of you. I mean, if you saw any of my early access videos, you never saw me talk to him either. Okay, you wolves, if you'd like to donate some leather to my cause, I will accept, but I'm not necessarily going out of my way to get you. I am, however, going out of my way to get some two-handed... There's the other horse, right. What was that sound? Was that like a perfect parry sound? Sounded like my armor broke. Better check. All good so far. And if we... I keep thinking that's the experience bar. This is the experience bar. It's going to take a while to fill up. Well, I don't know though. We take those gloves to her ladyship. And we may be well on the right track to level. Dear wolves, I have a hammer. I would like to practice using it. But your lives are not so worthless to me that I am willing to plough my way through you. And I'm so overburdened, I'm not going to go massively out my way. But I'm ready. I'm so bloody ready. If you would like to bring your pretty faces to my hammer... Oh no, there's a person over here. Now I have a reason to go this way. Well, that brings the wolves a lot closer. A keeper! Excellent. I'd better take his tag back to the quartermaster. I mean, the big damage boost on this hammer makes it far more impressive than most of the other. Yeah, but it is +1 though, isn't it? Yeah. So that could be why it's rivaling the 7 strength weapons that I have at my disposal. But it's just a really big damage base. And all I had to do was kill the Croakmore to find it. Okay, let's do a bit of healing. And I have reached a point where I can now actually do a quick heal for healing, as opposed to the slow heal. It's still not ideal, and I do need points of spirituality, but I really need to work on my endurance. That should probably be my first leveling priority. And if the wolf is back, I'm gonna... It's possible that both wolves... It's possible the knight has returned as well. I suppose I won't know until I draw a little closer to the wall. But it seems he is not. Oh, it looks like he's there. Okay, let's go. Full on hammer time. Bring it on, Sir Knight. I'm overburdened anyway. Let's do this.
Hold your ground, men. Your armor won't save.
Yeah, about that. Were you going to finish that sentence? I thought not. if I get this level, I can put this shield in the stash. Probably. If Drest says, no, he won't. He's a hermit, he won't say bring him some armor. Maybe some kind of talisman or something that'll make him feel safe. Or some kind of ritual for him to perform himself without... Because I don't think Drest will leave his cave and walk all the way over there. But he might give me something and say, here, we've prepared this special necklace. It'll keep you safe from harm, from the curse. Won't keep you safe from other things. I have a feeling it may be a bit silly, a bit of a prank upon the knight. Although he's got himself into this situation, and who knows what false courage could do for a man like that. Well. We should probably go visit Drest a few more times anyway, see if he's got any more to say for us. And he's remarkably difficult to get a straight answer from. I remember that. Okay. 1, 2. Is the third one in there? Yes, he is. Is the fourth one? Hard to say, but no, he's there. Okay, all 4 of them are there. Good to know. Perhaps we may pay them a visit come nightfall. And you know what? Lady Alyssa could probably spend some time fiddling with the garment we gave her. Maybe it would give her some time to think. Perhaps indulge in a little introspection. Maybe she could take a long, hard look at herself. Something we all need to do from time to time. I don't see any need to rush back to her just yet. She's a bit of a nutter, but I suppose we're being shown that it's not just her. It's like, you know, part of her upbringing as well has helped form her into the creature she is. I'm not sure that we can blame it entirely on that, though. I suppose it would depend on how she has allowed it, if she has allowed it to shape her and become her entire identity, her upbringing, or if she's open to new experiences. I know what some of you may have been thinking, that is not what I meant at all. I meant, like, actually taking other people's feelings into consideration, or even, more scarily, taking her own feelings into consideration. And actually asking herself, what do I feel? Let's get rid of some of these in terrible condition. Wait, what did I sell? Okay. Nothing valuable. Okay. Nothing worth keeping, let's put it that way. We do need to offload quite a lot of this to lighten our burden, however, so we now have 7 seashells. Let's keep them. Because at some point, her ladyship will ask us to get seashells and they can be rather tedious to collect. They do not spawn all along the seashore, but only on specific parts of it. Okay, that's lightened our load a bit. Let's go see Killian. And I'm aware Orla still has a potential job for us to do. And we should be seeing that last notice disappear from a notice board, except we won't.
Please, state your business.
I'd like to collect a bounty off the bandits.
You're my favorite killer.
Well, about that, I took care of Senan the Giant.
Sinan the Giant. He used to rob travelers on the road. And if he wasn't satisfied with what they had, he'd crack their heads open. Now his hefty body is lying in pieces in a puddle of blood somewhere. Oh, sorry. No time for daydreaming, right? Here's your money.
And that might just push us into the next level.
Go chop off some heads. Go, the hunt awaits.
It did not. Interesting. Let's go sell some more items, and I believe turn 6 wolf's hides into leather. In terms of time, we might just have time to go visit the druid before nightfall. And if anyone can travel safely through the weirdness at night, it might be him. For now, though, we don't need these because they're knackered. We have a better one of these, and it's magical. Those can go. This too, for that matter. You as well. We'll archive that. And then... yeah. Right. What is weighing us down so much? Is it food? Is it something else? Because I know we can get this down to about 120, 130. I'm not sure what it is. Wait. Oh, there's 3.4. Oh, we don't need this either. So that's a little bit more that goes. There we go. Oh! Right. Now that we've defeated all 4 brigand leaders, Killian will post a 5th bounty on the board. For a 5th brigand leader who is more powerful than those. Weapons. You go in the stash. Okay. Ooh, we might be able to transfer to the iron arrows soon then. If I can level, I'll just put this on and instead of the cloak, yeah, instead of the cloak, right, I'll put that in there as well. We're getting lower, getting it down. Could probably put some of these items in here as well. Oh, look at this. Right. Yeah, but I also want a point of perception.
Sometimes it's nice to just sit and think.
Indeed it is. I do that quite a lot. Not necessarily the kind of thinking, here's a mind. Often a bit more structured. Right. So, obviously, That's not ideal. Ugh. That's copper. And it's less, okay. And we go more copper. Okay, didn't turn out that great. Let's throw in one of those as well. Right? Ah, solid. And again. Okay. Right. You know what? We could really do it for skill. This isn't going to get us a whole point, but it's certainly going to work towards one. Excellent. So what now? Ooh. Oh, you got leather. I could buy that leather and make more leather goods. And we got our encumbrance value down. Excellent. Presumably because the ingredients that went into the items we sold are no longer in our inventory. I shouldn't really need to scroll all the way down there. Right, okay, so I could go really heavy. Let's not. Let's go see if we can make it to the druid by nightfall. Oh, but first of all, bounty. The head of Bromar No Face. Last seen north of the ancient Cromlech by the river. Notable features, dark paintings and or tattoos on his face. Bromar No Face, a bandit of Dalriada origin, is wanted for his crimes against the people of Camelot, murder, arson and robbery. His familiarity with mountainous terrain allows him to ambush and evade capture with ease. Extreme caution is advised. Let's leave that there, just so that other people can see it. And maybe we'll try our hand against him at some point in the future. When we're feeling vaguely competent. For now, though, speed is somewhat of the essence. We do have our helmet on, right? Yes, yes we do. Good. Okay. And it's just a wanted note. Yes. Oh! I have a tag to return. Won't get me experience, will get me gold. We are swimming in money, so we can definitely afford to blow someone upgrading our gear. For now, though, it's probably hammer time. Yes, it is. Let's just go straight in and hit him right on the collar. And thus waste an attack. But what we are not wasting is our healing magic, our training. Yeah. I think down there, where the drowners are on the beach, that is the only place I've found seashells recently. And there shouldn't be any around here because Drest said he threw his seashell collection away recently. Let's reintroduce ourselves to him. You know what? Let's be decent while we're at it. I've met a knight who's convinced that he's been cursed, and he'll say, how do you know he's not been cursed? Or something.
Oh, how terrible. And he's stuck somewhere, afraid to leave his safe spot, I presume?
Does this happen
Poor soul.
a lot?
As far as abysmal living conditions go, I'm starting to think my cave might not be so bad. At least I can leave whenever I please. Not that I would ever want to.
Right. Well, didn't you hear what I said about him being cursed?
Yes, yes. I heard. I just didn't find it immediately relatable. Anyway, the curse. And how does it manifest?
Well, he says it keeps trying to kill him.
Well, if it hasn't succeeded yet, it's either a lousy curse or... Tell me, how does he act? Does he seem incapable of focusing? Prone to outbursts? Muttering to himself? Stubborn as a mule?
Well... I'm not sure about the outbursts. You seem to know do you know this curse?
Well, it isn't a curse at all. It's an ailment of the mind that forces the afflicted to seek meaning where there is none, and then base their life decisions on what they find.
Oh god, he's autistic.
In extreme cases, such a person can, for example, starve themselves to death, or kill anyone who looks at them the wrong way. It's not a pleasant condition, but it's treatable.
Okay, he's not autistic if it's treatable. What can I do?
You need to take a Grindelows tooth, powder it, mix it with sage, and pour the disgusting result into some alcohol. Give it to him and say, I don't know, something along the lines of, with the power of nature, I've released you from the power of the evil eye. Nature closes the eyelid of the eye to reverse the flow of negative energy from... something like that, blah, 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 blah. Well, it doesn't really matter. Just throw in the name of the poor sod at the end and you should be magically cured.
How can I be sure it'll make him better?
Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Since the curse isn't real, the ritual to break it also isn't real. It's all purely symbolic. But it works better if the one who performs it believes in the power of the spell. If you do it poorly, the knight might sense your insincerity and his reaction could be unpredictable.
So we're going to need some kind of persuasion check then. Disgusting health potion. Okay. We can give it a try, I suppose. Time... yeah... might not be able to make that tonight. We might have to do it in the morning. Wait. Wait. You know what I'm thinking, don't you? There's a... there's a place we can make it. Just at the other end of the bridge, isn't there? Where Senan the Giant was lying in wait. But do we have Grindelow's tooth on us? Because unfortunately we can't go look up recipes in the journal anymore. Oh, characters. Yes. Barach. Barach is a wandering knight far from home. Though once a squire to a knight of the Round Table, he holds no illusions about Camelot or its so-called heroes. His journey has taken him from the cold north of Glean to the south, where he has found little kindness until now. Superstitious and wary, Barach believes he is cursed, the victim of a red priest gaze that has set fate itself against him. His horse has died, his body is battered, and a falling stone nearly crushed him where he sleeps. He sees omens in everything, yet remains where he is, convinced that any attempt to outrun his doom will only make matters worse. Heber's workshop is likely to be shut. Oh, right, Grindelow's tooth. Because we can use things from the stash when crafting. But... does that include... Iron Tooth? Oh Grindelow claw in handcrafting? Wait. Oh, maybe it's not an alchemical recipe. This could be even more revolting. So we're going to grind it up at the workbench. We can do that even if everyone has gone to bed. And oh, I'm looking at the time now going, is it too late to go down to the beach again?
Just another peaceful moment.
Breath Stealer. Siphon Bomb. Okay, so it's not this workshop. Let's see. I may still have time. And I certainly hope so. Also, if we're doing it here, we'll definitely have access to all our ingredients. Let's just hope we have all of them. Now, five sage. Okay. You know, let's just get that free sage first, okay? Oh, you what? He doesn't... Ah, thank goodness. There we go. Let's make this first and hope he doesn't confiscate it from us and say what a load of old rubbish. Here's something you can do instead. There we go. +3. We did a really good job there. You know what? Maybe we should make a few more of these while we're here. But hold it, because he might give us a different recipe entirely. I've met a knight who's convinced that he's been cursed.
A curse? Fascinating. Let me think. Wait, no, I don't need to think. My useless Camelot education only taught me what could be proven. So, we never covered the existence of curses in class.
It seems like he truly believes in it. He doesn't want to come out from under the bridge.
Let me think. Among people of science, there is an opinion that the mind can get sick, just like the lungs or the heart. I fully agree. If a person believes there's a curse, it will come true, whether real or not. Sometimes the right mixture of herbs, certain habits, and some carefully chosen words can save a person, even when they're deep in the throes of despair or madness. This is a field more suited for druidic magic, however, since Camelot is stuck on the theory and doesn't seem to make any progress with the practice. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a tangible solution, but I hope I've pointed you in the right direction.
It would have been helpful if I'd come in here first, yes. Now, as for time... Oh, hey. I was going to do this. Take. Armor. Gloves. Frayed silk gloves? Sure. Here we go. 2 pairs. There's even that pair of non-frayed silk gloves. How are we doing now for time? Late. And if we want to go and visit both of them, I suspect I'm going to need to camp out in the wilderness once again. Which is not an entirely bad idea. Just not the most enjoyable one I've had. There are nice warm beds here in the keep. I probably shouldn't mess around too much. I've got a distinct feeling. Wait. What I should do is reload that autosave for blatantly obvious reasons. Because that was silly of me. I went to my stash first to pick up the glove before going to the quartermaster, and then headed straight out the gates without going to see the quartermaster. So guess what I'm going to do while there's still light before he goes to bed? I'm not even going to give you any clues, apart from saying before he goes to bed. That was blatantly obvious enough, right? Let's not menace him with our mace. Where the hell is it? There he is. Hiding in the corner. Don't you dare, mate. I've found another tag, and we're going to have to cover some of these other topics at some point. 1,000 gold. Wow, okay. No wonder we're rolling in money. Now we go pick up some gloves. And while we're at it, we can sell those. Who do we go visit first? I want to say her, so we might level. Yeah, probably would actually. And then him to see what we need. Oof. We may... So let's see. To make it convincing, I'm thinking perception or spirituality are probably the stats that will be used. Probably perception. Even though spirituality would make a lot more sense to make it sound convincing. You know what? No. Wait. So I've cleared out the Village of the Dead recently. That means lots of weird beasts in the night. And the inhabitants may have returned by morning if I wait. So I think I'm cutting through the graveyard and fighting possessed soldiers on the other side. This is going to be really rough. The more distance we can cover before the weirdness settles in, the better. There's a Grindylow. Get whacked. Again, it's spellcasting practice. It'd probably go a lot smoother if we actually met the requirements for the spell. Oof, that's like another 4 points of spirituality though. Well, let's just see how things go. Sod it, nope, I got it anyway. I don't need to go back for it. Right. That skeleton may become aware, as may that one. This little bugger. Got him. Yeah, here they are. I need to... If I go slowly enough, I can catch the soldiers after they are corrupted. Yeah, that'll do. Got him. Give me your fucking stuff, you wanker. Right. Now, where's this bugger gone? He's gone... Oh, God, he's done that thing where he goes weird and runs around the rocks. Round the ragged rock... Round the rugged rock for ragged rascal round. There we go. Mate, you know that, right? There we go. Well then, let's utilize that. 8! 8! Ooh, well that's good. What the hell? It's going to weigh 8. Got 12 of these, blimey. They're not very heavy. That's heavy. Custard. Why do we have custard? Let's eat the custard. Cheese pie. What kind of cheese pie? Right, let's just get my bearings again. I believe the graveyard should be up there. Their outpost should be down here. Yep. And I may be assailed by strange spirits soon if I do not have a care. Perhaps we should just go and see her ladyship, and then... It wouldn't do to visit her in the middle of the night now, would it? I mean, it is nearing midnight. A refined lady probably goes to bed when it starts getting too dark. I mean, she might stay up late for parties and social occasions and so on, but even so, there's probably a respectable bedtime she keeps. I have leveled, but I've got this really sneaking suspicion I want to find out what sort of stats I need to persuade the good Sir Knight. Where? Sounded like the giant knight was appearing, but very quiet, off in the distance. And if he did appear, he was so far away we couldn't even see him. We are not as close to the beach as it seems. These boulders, that's not... Oh no, that... No, see, that's not the shoreline. That's more coastal area. There we are. This rock was further away. So we were, you know, a few yards. Like 3 or 4 yards further east when we... Oh, hello. Hello. We have spells. Right. We have needs right now, and they need to be fulfilled. Where? Where? Wherever it was, he phased out pretty quickly afterwards. I think we should get to the top of these stairs, wait out the night, and... Oh shit, okay, fine. Okay, let's get some... You know, there's only one of those? Sure. You know what else we can do, actually, while we're at it? As we may get noticed a little sooner. Small? Sure, that'll do. Right. Are you going to pay us some attention? Oh, wicked one. Good. Got ya! Right. Ow. Obviously. It may not be safe to attempt to heal here. So let's not. We're clearly not getting that much experience out of it. We shall not level up, we shall rest. There we go. It may be painfully early in the morning, but let's go see her ladyship. As it's, again, she's very proper. She's probably up this early, even though it should be illegal to be up this early. My lady. I have come once again to visit you at your humble abode.
Oh, I'm so glad you decided to visit today. I've just learned some terribly distressing news, and I need to share them with someone. You see, I was going through the correspondence Duncan left behind, and imagine my shock when I discovered letters between him and my parents. It turns out my family was completely bankrupt when we married. Can you believe that? Though, I must admit, it has shed some light on a few aspects of my upbringing.
How very cliché. Bankrupt nobility. Living on debts and reputation. Very, very cliché. What aspects in particular?
Well, for one, have you ever encountered a noblewoman tasked with sewing her own garments? At the tender age of 12, my mother subtly steered me towards tailoring, positing it as a fitting pursuit for a lady of my station. I spent my time redesigning her old dresses, thinking it was just for fun. But now, I realize they probably couldn't afford new ones for me.
I don't think I should say I'm sorry. In a way, it's given her a somewhat more rounded upbringing. Well, I'm sorry you didn't realize what was going on at the time, and that they didn't share this information with you.
Why on earth should you be sorry? It's my parents who ought to feel remorse.
No.
And Duncan, for concealing the truth from me all these years. I spent my entire life believing my family was above such petty concerns as money, destined for something far more grand. And yet, there I was, sold to the highest bidder. But now I'm relieved you convinced me to stay in the South. It truly feels like a fresh start for me.
Firstly, your parents should not feel guilty for trying to give you skills you could use later on in life. As far as they were concerned, you might end up in the kind of situation where you would have to do these sort of things, and having some sort of skills you could use would stand you in good stead. They were trying to help you. Don't blame your parents for being good parents and trying to do you a good favor. do you ever miss your life back in Camelot?
Surprisingly, no. I thought I would miss the parties, the bustling social scene, my family. But I don't, not really. Camelot was always so stifling. I hardly had a moment to myself. I feared the quiet and isolation here might unnerve me. Yet it's been quite the contrary. Moreover, I found our conversations, albeit brief, to be far more sincere than years of superficial chatter with my so-called friends.
You know, and here I thought living here wouldn't be exciting enough for you. Well, you know what? When you're not being condescending or extremely arrogant or egotistical, I do enjoy talking with you sometimes. I think I'd enjoy it more if you tried to enjoy it and weren't so stuck up yourself so much, but yeah, you know what? Maybe this is helping her.
Oh, well, that's delightful to hear. I would be quite dismayed to think my company was boring you, or worse, that you possessed such lamentable taste as to think so.
Maybe don't be so condescending, lady. Doing you a favour here. And here I thought living here wouldn't be exciting enough for you.
Oh, trust me, I find plenty of excitement here. The creative kind, of course.
Of course.
Since, well, truth be told, I hardly ever leave the house. It's starting to feel rather stifling, but I haven't yet mustered the courage to go outside and explore.
Well, I have these frayed silk gloves for you that you might be able to do something with.
Splendid! This piece is indeed intriguing. Although, I must confess, I was secretly hoping for something with a bit more flair. All my current designs feel tragically mundane, and I've nothing in the house I could use to adorn them.
Perhaps you might have some jewellery that you could repurpose.
Well, I do have some pieces that are quite outdated.
They spelt jewellery the American
but they
way.
aren't really what I have in mind. Gold and gems are such obvious choices. I aspire for my designs to captivate, to stand out with more than mere opulence.
Well, what kind of adornments were you thinking of then?
Well, given that we're in the South, it may sound somewhat trite, but I have developed quite a fondness for marine-inspired motifs. I could start with some seashells, perhaps. Not too many, perhaps 12 or so. I'm not certain yet. I'll need to give it more thought.
So again here, English, as opposed to speaking English as a second language. A number followed by or so is the same amount again. Or again. So 12, or 24, or 36, or, maybe even 48, but essentially leaning towards the lower end of the scale, so only 2 or 3 times as much really, but it's a lot. And she wants seashells, and we have 10 of the 12 seashells we require already. We're going to have to go quite far to find the others. It would be right. It would be nice to know how we're going to persuade the knight, because I suspect it may be a stat test, and I suspect that stat to be perception. Spirituality, perception, and practicality seem to be the 3 ability scores that are used to persuade characters. Endurance would mean that we could run all the way there and wouldn't be overburdened anymore. But then I might have to go a whole other level just to get the stats to persuade him. And if I leave him there a long time, he might go completely mental and become very dangerous. And I do want some more perception. I really want respite and cruelty. So I might just have to go on heavily burdened for a while. Well, that's a bother, isn't it? We might not need a stat check to convince him, alright? But if we do, I'd rather give it a little boost. Oh. Okay, we'll keep on moving then. What I could blatantly do is end the episode here, take the level in endurance, run over there, see if I need a stat to persuade him, and then if I do, start the next episode, level up, declare that I've seen which stats can be used, and then level up, choose the one I want, and go do it. That feels a bit like cheating though. And in theory, failure can be just as much fun as success, it's just a different kind of outcome. But I also have a strong feeling that I'm blatantly going to trudge all the way right up to him. Talk to him, you know, then save the game, talk to him, see if a stat is needed. And if it is, reload the game and then level up, choose that stat, then talk to him, you know. What do we need to persuade the quartermaster about the mad? That's a point, right? Especially if it's the same stat. I think it was perception, which seems to be the persuadey thief talk type, talk people into things stat. Perception, practicality a little bit as well. So what else can we do while we're in the area? Let's see. First off, our armor rating is very nice, right? I like that quite a bit. Yeah. I do. Oh, but if we go this way, that metal is not ready to be mined yet. So I don't think we can get the iron. Wait. Oh! Why are we injured? Well, we're not anymore. Did we not regain health by resting at the campfire? Interesting. Very interesting indeed. And we know those bandits come back. Ooh. That's a point, actually. Yeah. So this won't be an entirely boring tail end of the episode. I'll tell you what. Have a time, I see a skeleton up ahead. I think it's the other one of the two skeletons, because there's one here normally, one over there. And the buggers like to go behind the trees to make it harder for me to walk up and smack them. Please, come towards me. There we go. I should be able to clamber down the rock face here without approaching the brigands. But not yet. I need to go further. So that'll be the arch spire over there. I do need to go camp at the arch spire soon as well. Not looking forward to that just yet. Not until we've done a better job of getting more comfortable with the weight of our armour. And yes, I know we could use the crafting station to reduce the weight of our armour, but that feels counterproductive. Feels like it would move us into lighter armour categories where our skill is lower. And we're trying to work on the heavy armour skill. Then again, since there is no light, medium and heavy armour categories, and it's just the amount of weight we are carrying, it seems inevitable we shall end up in medium or even light armour anyway at some point. You know, category. It's weight category. It's like boxes, you know, lightweight, medium weight, heavyweight, it's featherweight boxes, you know. Yep, they do exist. So maybe I just need to head down and see him now. I am almost there. There is that large stone, presumably the one he was afraid of. Hooray, Sir Knight! I have come to assist you. I should probably put my weapons away. And take my helmet off so you can see the sincerity on my face. Actually, that might be a bad idea if I'm trying to hide it. Okay. Although with that, I should be able to wear this after all. Look all fancy and official, even though it's a bit frayed and tattered around the bottom, but hopefully he won't notice. And I should create a mid-session save name, probably in the thick of battle, which is ironic because I will almost never be in the thick of battle when saving there, but will often be in the middle of a save, so in the middle of an episode, so, and I suspect I can't get that all in as an episode name, so I'll just go, oh bloody hell, you're being like that, are you? Okay. Probably could fit the whole thing in then, but there we go. Hello. I know what's going on with your curse.
Oh, please. Tell me quickly. I can already feel myself getting weaker. I don't have much life left in me.
He might not take kindly to that. Here. I have a potion for you.
Thank you. I knew I could count on you.
Uh-oh.
I'm feeling better already. Thank you, oh greatest of heroes. Please, accept this as a token of my eternal gratitude.
It's not something he's wearing, is it? What are you going to do now?
I don't know. Isn't it wonderful? I'm not afraid of anything anymore. The curse is gone, and there's a whole wide world out there. Maybe I'll go to Timberwall and become a mercenary. Or Farshire to serve the beautiful Queen Kincaid. Or, I know, I'll go back to Camelot and kill that Scarlet son of a bitch.
Now, steady on, there might
Wish
be
me luck, my
reprisals.
friend. With your blessing, I'll take revenge on my foe. Oh, and I won't be needing this anymore. Take it, friend, and good luck for your journey.
He's giving me two things? Please not his armor. Soul Stone and... what else? Is that the only thing he gave me? Well, okay. That sort of thing is probably useful for wearing at night. Since I didn't need an ability score to persuade him, I will level up now. There we go. So we are absolutely taking endurance, which will push us up to 111 health. 112 with the extra from the perk. Interesting, that didn't factor until it was applied. And for this level, I am taking gaining momentum. Killing an enemy instantly restores 10% of your maximum stamina. That will be very useful in the long run, especially for fighting large groups of foes. And while I'm already thinking a level ahead, I'm thinking practicality and grab Hedgehog Knight or Armored Skin, or Endurance Training, or Spirituality and get Invigorating Energy. Perception for Respite and Cruelty. Strength, I probably do want to get Unstoppable Momentum pretty quick. But I do want to at least be somewhat viable for 200 weapon skills. So Mighty Blows, Fury without Fatigue. Fury without Fatigue would be good. But that's all stuff for later. For now, can I? Yes. No. I can take that off. And the breastplate is the same as this. The same weight. So 25.8, 26.3, is that? Yes. So I can stick with this for now, but 35.7 is a very good armor value. Huh. So practicality can give me a 5% boost on this, which is sod all. Strength will definitely increase it. More endurance would be good. I do want to boost spirituality and perception and practicality soon though, so those might be my next level up points. But that can all wait till the next episode, because I'm going to end this one here, right after that autosave as well. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'll say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.